Did he get both of them?
Nope.
Oh no! Oh no! He's building. Oh my god! Oh my god! He's building! Ah!
Cash rules everything around me. My name is Charles Blaze, and this is the Current Gaming Podcast. I am joined today by none other than the NDF founder, Drew Scheffler. How's it going? You had a big week this week.
It's a big week. It's a good week.
Big week for you.
Big
the potato
big
himself.
Good week. Big
and NDF First Cadet, Aaron Weeks. How's it going?
Good, man. I'm still waiting on a way to finish watching.
We need to
Place.
send him the Sling TV information.
Yeah, you do, because I'm missing out.
It's
the
very
first
good.
season was good, and I'm waiting.
Very good, very good.
Waiting for the second.
Miss Clipit herself, Cheyenne Clark.
Hello.
Hi.
We
were no, I didn't. We were coming up with names in the stream yesterday that if you go back and watch, I did not calculate my audio. It sounds terrible, but we were coming up with nicknames for you and Caleb. And Caleb said he likes using the bow, so we should call him Bowflex. And I'm like, that's a great nickname. And then we couldn't come up with one Cheyenne. So Cheyenne stays nickname list for the 43rd week in a row. And NDF's Benedict Arnold, David Morgan. How's it going, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you? Glad to be back.
I'm having a good show. Yeah, we missed you last week. You were out. You were out schmoing around with coworkers. You were doing this, doing that, going to parties, going to cocktails, eating martinis. You know what I'm saying? Eating olives.
Going to cocktails, eating martinis.
Eating martinis.
You're having fun.
We got ice cream.
You got ice, a gelato or a frozen yogurt?
All of the above.
All the above. You get 2 scoops? I hope you get 2 scoops.
I did.
That's good to hear.
Because
What'd you get?
love making liberals cry. I got the goat cheese and roasted red cherries.
Why is that?
Just
are they
2
like
scoops of
a
that?
alt-right ice cream shop?
You didn't hear about
No.
the 2 scoops thing back when Trump got ice cream? That was like
No.
a huge dumb.
I don't remember that.
They were all getting ice cream and he got 2 scoops. So all the reporters were like, Trump gets 2 scoops at White House ice cream thing.
They're getting all their scoops from fucking Ivanka Trump and just don't write negatively about her in the press. We got a good show for you this week. A lot of big news this week. A lot of big news, and you know what we're starting off with. The Nintendo Direct. I know, we were all anticipating this. We didn't know about it on Monday. I like how they're just stealth doing this and being like, it's coming out like tomorrow or 2 days from now. I like how they're doing that.
The best way to manage hype.
It truly is. But we got a new Nintendo Direct this week. It's divisive among the cast. I will say that as much. But we're gonna go through every piece of news. But the first one is 3DS news, and I can just kind of skim by all this. WarioWare is coming out in August.
That's cool.
That's cool, but it's on the 3DS, so like, who the fuck cares? Is like just
That's
Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers. Who cares? Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. Who cares?
I thought that was already on 3DS.
I don't. No one cares. No one
remake.
cares.
It doesn't matter. You're right. Let's go.
Luigi's Mansion getting a 3DS remake, and why is it not?
That's
on the
cool.
Switch?
Put on Switch, please.
So
Swear to
dumb.
God, they already had him.
It's so dumb. All right, and this brings us to the Switch news. So first thing we got is Okami HD coming to Switch. It got released earlier this year, right, or late last year?
Yeah.
For Xbox
no,
One
late
and
last
PS4,
year.
And PC. So yeah, that's a classic dog game. How do you get
A game that is almost impossible to actually
It's a
play
wolf.
through.
Thank you very much.
Why is it almost impossible to actually
Because
play?
it is impossibly boring. Like the pacing. It's like by today's standards, like you sit down and you're like, I'm gonna play Okami, and you get about 12 hours in and you're like, you just stop. You don't even know why. You just stop playing it. It's like that's happened to and that's not just I thought that was just me, but that's like an opinion shared by many. But it's a good game. It's a great game. It's just a little hard to
It's got a wolf
digest.
in it. It's akin to not Twilight Princess. What's the wolf Zelda game? Is it Twilight
That's the one.
Princess? All right, yeah. So it's similar to that. Basically, a Twilight Princess sequel got announced. No one knew. Dark Souls
I just spit my
Amiibo
coffee.
and network beta test coming in May 25th. So basically, Dark Souls is getting a. I don't know why they need. I guess there is competitive stuff in that. So I guess that.
Yeah, PvP.
I didn't think about that. But Dark Souls gets an amiibo. David, are you buying this amiibo? Aaron, you buying this amiibo?
No, too hard to buy. I don't care.
I might. I'm not gonna go out of my way to get it, but if I find it in a Target or something, I'll get it.
I don't think you will. I
Give
think
it
they're
a-
only selling it online.
Also only at
Then-
GameStop, so
No,
Probably
then fuck
not.
them.
you would
Yeah,
never find
I
it at
just-
Target.
Yeah,
I
pass on
just
that
don't
one.
care.
Are amiibos still a thing? Like obviously they're still
Yeah.
a thing, but are they like where
They're not
fucking shit?
hotcakes like they were. No.
Okay, all right. I
You
didn't.
can't keep that momentum.
Did they ever bring back Wii Fit Trainer?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. That,
I
that,
remember-
that scarcity is what made them hot.
I
and now
remember
it's
Wii
like,
Fit Trainer being the hotness back in the day. Sushi Striker: The Way of Sushido, coming June
that
8th.
looks cute.
It
It'd be
looks
$50.
fine. $50.
Oh fuck you. Mm-mm.
That's
No,
yeah.
fuck you forever.
$50.
That's a bit much.
Woo!
All right, and then when the Nintendo Direct started getting good was when they announced Project Octopath Traveler. Still under Project Octopath Traveler. It's Octopath.
It's no longer a project.
No
it's
longer a
glad.
project. Now it's the
Octopath
Jamie
Traveler.
Kennedy experience.
I've come around on that title. It's good.
I don't like it. Still.
I like it
They
too.
should have
I
called
like
it
it. I
something
like it.
else. How do
I
I
like that title.
quick poll on the Octopath Traveler title? Aaron, yay or nay?
It's fine.
Cheyenne.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
I'm
Alright.
negative.
No problems
you.
with
They're
it.
both
Just you.
milk toast, and you guys are. Anyway,
Well, that's a cool name. You remembered it.
I guess so.
I think
I
it's
remember
just different.
9/11 too. That doesn't mean it's a fucking good thing.
Oh no!
Never forget.
Never forget, you know. But yeah, that got a date of July 13th coming out. It featured 2 new characters that we hadn't seen before: a merchant named Tressa and an apothecary named Alphen.
I didn't play the demo. Did you guys play the demo?
I didn't play it
I
either.
did.
I think
Yeah.
those two did. What did you guys think?
I really
the
liked it. I
demo?
had a lot of fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was good. Made
I
me
think
want more.
I think I started on the wrong one. I started with the soldier, and he was like really boring. So I was like,
I did the dancer.
okay,
As
everyone
did I.
that liked it did the dancer first. So I guess I should have. Maybe I'll go back and try that.
Are we human or are we dancers? After that, we moved on to David's most hyped game of the thing. Was it? I don't actually know that. Travis Strikes
Toad?
Again. No, Travis
Oh.
Strikes Again. The No More Heroes.
Fuck
sequel.
yeah! Except it looks
looks
weird.
kinda
It looks
bad,
like a
yeah.
mobile game.
It doesn't look bad. Remember that. Okay, here's
It
my
doesn't
here's
look
my
bad.
takeaway. So you look at it and you're like, that looks like a mobile game. But remember Fury? Remember how
Yeah.
Fury looks? It just looks like Fury. So just
I feel
think
like
of
Fury's
it as
combat looks
Fury.
I
bigger
guess.
than what we've seen so far.
I disagree because you have those like special. I don't know. We'll see. Like what it looks. I have come around on it. At first I was like fuck, and now I'm kind of like, hopefully
Fuck.
it'll be good. I don't know. We'll see. I really want that game to be good. It like kind of hurt me.
Yeah, it did
so-
not look good. I did not think.
No, it does not.
Yeah, no, it really didn't.
All right, fuck me, I guess.
I don't know. But
I
hey,
want
man,
it to be
I'm-
good too, but it doesn't.
I don't have the No More Heroes. Like
Go watch it
nostalgia.
again because it looks fine. The
Uh,
first game, whatever.
After
Fuck it.
that, really the biggest announcement of the day was Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker coming out July 13th, which ironically is the same day as Octopath Traveler, which I don't see what they're doing with that. Like making them,
yeah.
that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Not communicating, probably.
But yeah, I don't know. But this is just a straight port of the Nintendo Wii game with like some extra stuff. There's a new Donk City level and some other stuff. It's also coming in 3DS, but no one cares. After that, they announced Undertale, which is now on everything officially. Then that's coming out whenever. They just said whenever or something like that at the end of it. It was like,
It said eventually.
Eventually, yeah. Crash Bandicoot. Oh god, Crash Bandicoot. The
Crash
Insane
Bandicoot.
Insane Trilogy coming out July 10th. It's also coming to Xbox One and PC on that date too.
Cool.
Which just
Those games
interesting.
suck.
Interesting to note that they took out all the Naughty Dog references. I just
did
heard
they
that.
really?
Yeah. For everything but the PlayStation.
So there's no
all the
clickers
Naughty
in the
Dog
game.
references are taken out.
Can you do that though? They made the game. I don't think you can just take a game and say.
I mean, they must
I
have.
read
didn't
an article
make
where
that.
they said they changed it. So.
I mean, they don't.
Don't
own
they
the
have
IP.
to-
They don't own the IP.
They made the software. I'm so
They
baffled
didn't-
by
they
that.
didn't own it. They don't own it.
That's like me taking a Shakespeare poem, rewriting it in a different font, and being like, "Me, I wrote this."
I
Took
wouldn't say
Kojima's
it's a
name
different
off of Metal
font.
Gear
It's like very much the same.
It's like the same. Like the game is like from the ground up different.
It
like,
is. Oh my gosh! Like you would get
It's
into
not-
copyright lawsuits over much less, if you made a game.
I'm not
that
saying it's
close.
not based on their game. It's just like
It's the same game.
it's. I don't know. It's a little different than how you're making it sound.
I don't know. You want me to do a food analogy next? I can do that.
Yeah, sure. Break it down for me. Do it in ice cream.
It'd be like if I stole the recipe for Gordon Ramsay's famous macaroni and cheese balls that he doesn't make, and substituted the fucking flour for corn flour and was like, "Yeah, this is 100% David Morgan original," And then people were like, "You sure Gordon Ramsay didn't have anything to do with this?" I'm like, "Nope."
I
All
don't
me,
think
baby.
that's. I think it's like if you made his macaroni and cheese balls, which I guess we're doing this tangent now, and like you didn't, and you sold them, and you didn't say on the package, "Hey, these are Gordon Ramsay
They
cheese
are.
balls."
He said the Naughty Dog is not.
Well, no,
mentioned,
but then if somebody else, it's not like if you went to Vicarious Visions, like, "Hey, is this based on the Naughty Dog game?" They'd be like, "No, I have no idea what you're talking about."
they're kind of doing that though to the consumer. It doesn't. This is like a
what do
fucking
you-
conversation that doesn't matter. But
Yeah, but just real quick, I'll make sure it's clear. It's not taking Naughty Dog's name off of it. They're just taking the Easter eggs out. Like,
that makes sense. Like you can't have like a Nathan Drake
Yeah.
reference in a fucking Crash Bandicoot on
Yeah.
Switch. But
Why do we even get into this fight?
I don't know because you made it sound like they took the.
I didn't make it
the
sound
logo-
like anything. I didn't bring it up.
I brought
You're
it
right.
up. That's my
You're right.
my
I don't
bad.
know.
After that, Little Nightmares Complete Edition, which comes with all the DLC, which I never actually got to play, but the game was actually pretty fun. Or last year, a few months ago. Coming out May 18th. South Park: The Fractured But Whole, which came out the end of last year, is coming out April 24th. With all the DLC in that too. ARMS, US and Canada are having open online tournaments. Is that game still like doing well? I don't feel like it is.
I
It
feel like the
must
player
be.
base
Probably
has
not.
gotta be dwindling, but enough.
I mean, the people that love
There's-
it like love the shit out of it.
You played it a
Somebody's
bunch, didn't you,
there.
Aaron?
I wouldn't say a bunch, but yeah, I played it.
You've heard of this game, right, Aaron?
I have played it a time or two, but that's about it.
After that, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition is making its way off the Wii U onto the Switch. I know, Aaron, you've been playing the Fire Emblem Warriors, or was that what you're playing? Yeah.
Yeah, Fire Emblem Warriors.
And this is another Musou in that kind of style of game, and I'm sure it being Zelda has piqued your interest a little more than.
Yeah, I'll pick it up for sure. I don't know if I'll get it like right away, but it's definitely something I would like to
Usos
have.
suck.
Yeah, I don't.
All
don't
of
care for
them.
this game. Dynasty Warriors 9 apparently is terrible. Apparently.
Yeah,
But-
I'm
No,
like having
even
a
the
hard
people
time
that
getting
like
through
this.
Fire Emblem Warriors, but
Tragic.
I still feel like I have to have Hyrule Warriors.
Mario Tennis Aces did it have a date before? It's June 22nd. I can't remember.
No, they didn't.
And we got to see a bunch of new gameplay,
No,
a
it
bunch
didn't
of
have
like.
a date. Now it
how-
does.
Too much fucking gameplay of that game.
I didn't think it
Yeah.
was too much.
It was
fine.
10 fucking minutes.
It was not
of
10
that
minutes.
shit.
It was 5 minutes.
That's
It
what
was like
Jason
5.
Schreier reported. He
I-
said 10, but he might have been exaggerating.
I think that
You
was
might have
the
been
joke.
exaggerating.
it was
Because
too
the
fucking
entire
long.
direct was a
Yeah.
half hour, and then the thing that was really too long is what we're going to talk about next. But Mario Tennis Aces, I thought it looked fun. I thought like there's like a deep system, and like there's a surface level thing, and then there's like
I just
a
don't
story
give
mode.
a fuck about Mario sports game. I don't know. Maybe
And-
I'll like it. I don't know.
And it looks like you can play as Chain Chomp.
I liked that.
Mm-hmm.
That was enough for me to kind of be like, you've piqued my interest.
Yeah, there's,
Peach
like-
and Daisy are so tall, and everybody else has like these little tiny like stumpy legs.
Dude,
They look
speaking
so
of legs,
stupid.
fucking Mr.
Stop.
Mr. Hotness himself,
Yeah.
Waluigi is just rocking.
He's
some
got
fucking
long
Oh, I
legs.
thought you were gonna
He's-
make a joke about the Octoling
Yeah,
and the
I thought we were
Splatoon
gonna
fight.
say- segue into the sexualized.
Speaking of sexy legs, Splatoon 2's version 3.0. And if you want to talk about something that was on the screen for far too fucking long,
Whew.
Yeah.
it was.
Can we
it was
talk
like
about
Actually
how
fucking creepy too?
blatantly sexualized these
Yeah,
like
it's
12-year-old
real
kids
weird.
are?
It's very.
What the fuck are they doing? The
They're
community will
pandering
do
to
that
their fan
for
base.
you. They'll do it for you. There's probably, I mean, I know for a fact
Oh,
there's so much
absolutely.
Splatoon.
I'm just gonna go on DeviantArt and type in Splatoon right now. I mean,
Please don't.
You're making a mistake, buddy.
But-
Make that our thumbnail.
That's the thumbnail. No, the thumbnail
Oh,
is gonna be the
dear Lord.
Splatoon character with looking at it like whatever.
It's just fucking gross. I hate that word.
I
but-
thought
mean,
really-
no, I don't. It's
No, it
Really,
is
the
gross.
grosser thing was that they set the whole thing to like a bad Trent Reznor track for fucking 10
oh
minutes.
yeah.
That
Oh,
was
don't
just.
don't
For,
fucking
like-
taint his name with
Oh
that.
my god!
crap.
I could not fucking take it. I was like, why is this still going?
It was like
You
a
know,
fucking shitty
There-
club song.
Usually, like it's like on a reveal trailer like that for some DLC, they're like, and new characters coming now. This is the new game mode. Dun, dun, dun. But it was just the backing music with these Splatoon characters who don't make
I like-
noises besides the squishy noise.
some of
No.
the squishy noise Splatoon songs are good, but
Oh.
you know the Pearl and Marina songs that I've heard. I was
I'm a
like,
kid now.
it's
I'm a
kinda
squid
catchy.
now is a fire song. That's a bop. But
Yeah, that was from the first game, right?
yeah, but
That shit was just egregiously.
and then of course
awful. Did you get South Park in here?
Yeah, I said South Park.
Yes.
Do you want
Okay,
to talk
okay.
about South Park? I liked it.
I just don't care that much, but
Okay.
I just didn't know we mentioned it.
I liked it. I can talk about South Park.
Pay attention.
That's okay.
Then last but not least, the biggest announcement of them all: Super Smash Bros. Coming to Switch this year, 2018. It featured like a meme of the Splatoon kid looking back, and the Smash Brothers thing appears in their eyes. Also, apparently has Breath of the Wild Link in it. He better just be a costume and not be another Link.
I'm sure it will.
I don't want.
He will be.
Yeah.
Or no, he'll be another Link.
All right, but that's the whole Nintendo Direct. That's breaking down everything that happened. What are we grading this Nintendo Direct? I'm gonna start with Cheyenne, because Cheyenne has been very quiet on this topic in the text chat in the group message. So I want to start with her.
Okay, well, I would say it's about a 6. So the only reason it's a 6 is because they did say something about Smash, but they didn't give any info or like a real announcement. They just said a Smash eventually this year. And everything else was ports that I don't care about, that I've already played, things that like don't really need to be on the Switch, or that I think most people have already played, like Little Nightmares and Undertale. Like, I feel like most people that have interest in those have already played them. So I am saying a 6.
You're gonna give it a flat 6. I'll go next to Aaron Weeks, NDF First Cadet.
I'm gonna give it a 7 just because it was port heavy, but it's good ports. I disagree. Like, I am interested in Little Nightmares and Undertale. Have not played either one of those, and probably will now.
Why does those games being on the Switch make you want to play them?
Just the fact that it's handheld, like literally the.
Like,
But
what
hold on,
is
wait.
the
I'll take this,
actual-
David. David, I'll take this. Why didn't
Okay.
you fucking buy a PlayStation Vita to play Undertale, Aaron? You piece
Why
of
the
shit.
fuck would I
Why
buy a PlayStation Vita?
was
to play
this-
such
Because
anime
handheld,
bullshit?
you can
Piece
play
of
any
fucking
games
great
handheld.
hardware right here, not purchased
The
when you
fucking
had a
Vita
chance.
is a joke. That's why you're mad at the 3DS. You're bitter that the 3DS still has support.
The 3DS
but
is
the
so
Vita has
bad,
been
though.
fucking moonlighted into.
I'd rather
nothing.
play with a fucking Nightbright than a 3DS. Like, I don't care.
I want to state my argument here though, because like games
So, hold on.
like Little
introducing
Nightmares-
David Weeks.
That's wrong.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Who?
David Moore and CurrentGaming.com. What did you think of the Nintendo Switch Direct?
I'm sorry. What did I think?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Before
give
you-
it a 4, which is actually
4.
rounded up from my original 3.7. And the reason I'm giving it a 3.7,
I like how we all just decided.
Yeah, I guess I'm
ubiquitously
just done talking.
This was a 10 point. No, I want to have you two argue. I just wanted to get his input first.
is because 37% of the Direct was dedicated to new software for the Switch. 63% of the Direct for Switch was ports. That's way too fucking much. That is a bad ratio for a real Direct. A Direct Mini, I can see them being like, hey, a bunch of ports, whatever, don't get that hyped. This was like the Direct, and we don't know if we're going to see another one for a while, and E3 is what, in July? June? So probably not until E3. We won't hear anything else about the Switch. This was their time to be like, oh, here's a little news on Metroid. Here, I mean, that's probably an E3 game. Here's a little new Pikmin or something, maybe smaller like that.
I should have given it a 1 because they didn't say anything about Animal Crossing.
Which is not necessarily an
probably
E3
an E3.
game.
I don't know.
I mean,
It could be an E3.
we'll
Quality
see. I thought
tweet
Smash
that
was an
ran
E3
out.
game.
The Animal Crossing dolls, like with the pentagram.
I saw that.
was
Oh, yeah,
very
yeah.
funny. Aaron, you're okay with the ports?
Yeah, especially for a console that's fucking like made for ports. Like, it's the perfect console for something like, especially of old games. Like,
though. Like,
why?
because a game like Little Nightmares, where it's a narrative-focused game and it's maybe like 3 or 4 hours long, does not benefit from a handheld port the same way that like a Darkest Dungeon or a Celeste, where you can pick it up and play for 20 minutes and put it back down and not really be that engaged. It doesn't benefit the same way that those games do, because in a game like Little Nightmares or Undertale, you're kind of meant to be kind of fully... I mean, I'm not saying you can't focus on a game that's on a handheld, right? But I think that it's better for bite-sized little games that you can take out on the train or
I don't know why
in your
you
bed.
can't focus completely on a handheld game.
I didn't.
either.
I just said. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that a game that's less long form, like an indie game. I didn't. I made it clear
I
that that's not what I meant.
misunderstood then. I apologize.
He did. He did say that.
Yeah, you definitely said that.
What I said,
think
I'm
he
not
meant that
saying
you
that you
can't-
can't focus on a handheld.
Yeah,
game
no,
the
he
same
was
way.
saying he didn't mean it like that.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
that's what I'm
gotcha.
trying. Okay, it's fine. I digress.
Irregardlessly.
Stop. I think that not all games work on the Switch, and the games that I feel like work better on the Switch are games that can be more. This is just my opinion on this kind of weird platform that it
All right,
is. I
you're
think that it
talking.
works-
I understand it's your opinion. Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
It works better when they can be segmented in ways that logically make sense, like into chapters or into levels.
I know we
Little
played
Nightmares
mobile
has-
games before.
Levels, but like in a game like that, I feel like it's better experience long form on like a couch or like where you're in your living room and you've got speakers or whatever. And a game like Undertale, I guess I could see working because it's kind of like it has that indie vibe, but like I just don't know. I just don't feel like the handheld aspect is enough to warrant a Direct being 63% ports. Like that's so many. Like it's good, but like I would rather there be like
I disagree
37%
almost entirely.
ports.
Your only example right now is Little Nightmares, and for one, I don't understand why being handheld makes that a lesser experience. Like, in my opinion, it's the same.
I don't think it makes it a lesser experience. I just think that it doesn't have the same draw and the same benefit from being handheld that like a game that's more kind of pick up and play has. Does that make sense? Like a Little Nightmares, like you're loading in, and then you've got the fucking little, you know, it's very slow, it's very methodical, it's kind of almost like a walking simulator. That's not the same as like Celeste, bam, you're in the level, bam, you're doing it, you got a strawberry, okay, you're done for 5 minutes.
That's
like,
so much less true now, though, especially with the way these technologies work with like the suspend mode. Like you can literally just hit the home button, lock your Switch, pick it up, and be in the exact same place you were before with no loading.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't.
So
it doesn't.
literally doesn't matter.
All right, moving on. Drew, do you want me to go first? Or you want to go first? With our scores of this direct. Drew.
The what? What?
Dude,
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
I'm listening.
Dude.
I'm listening, but the audio keeps cutting. So
Who do you want to go
like
first?
Focusing.
Who do you want to go first? Me or you?
You can go ahead.
All right. So I'm gonna rate this direct an 8. I thought this was a fantastic direct. I was super happy with everything that happened, and this is not a joke right now.
Fucking wild card, dude.
I thought fucking Octopath Traveler made me. We got a date for that. Fantastic. Captain Toad coming, and we got a date for this summer. That's fantastic. South Park, I'm not gonna play it. I already played it on PS4, but that is like everything you were just saying about like a game you can pick up and play for little chunks. South Park is that. South Park is literally the perfect game for that. Hyrule Warriors,
that's not an argument. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, that makes sense.
It makes sense to me.
It makes complete sense to me, but like, I would argue that like, not every game has to fit that mold, and just because a game doesn't fit that mold doesn't mean that like the entire direct was bad. Mario Tennis Aces looked fucking awesome, and then Smash Brothers Switch is like by far and away my most anticipated game for 2018 now, more than Red Dead. Like more,
You're
that's
high as fuck.
how hyped I am for
That surprises me. I didn't realize.
I
you
won't
liked
even-
Smash
I won't
that
even
much.
go
I
that
thought
far.
you played it like because we liked it.
I grew to love it. I don't know. I just had so much fun. I'm sorry. I never owned Smash either. Like I always played it at your guys' house
Yeah,
because I didn't buy a Wii U.
You'll own it, but then you.
that surprises me for sure.
I was very excited about this Nintendo Direct. Drew, you go ahead.
It was my opinion. It was an 8, but
What?
although I,
Drew's cutting
Well,
out bad.
just act like
Yeah,
you
he
can hear
is.
him. Just act like you can hear him.
an 8,
Oh yeah, okay.
but
Okay.
but
8, I heard 8.
I agree. Where I agree that it is port heavy, you know, but
Which
I think
is
that a lot
okay
of
for
these
a Switch.
ports
If it was a PS4 conference,
is
and it was port heavy,
okay.
it'd be bad.
Yeah, I think it's okay for a Switch, and I'm not trying to give them a pass for any number of reasons, but like, well, okay, but I just think that because they haven't had a lot of these games and it is selling the way that it has been, I think it's reaching a lot like a lot bigger of an audience than maybe some of the other systems might. That it gives a lot of people an opportunity to play games that they haven't. And I don't know. I think it shows a pretty decent third-party support, even though these games came out last year. It just shows like a more promising future that we'll get the games day and date when they come out. And then obviously all the first-party shit was awesome to me. I mean, Octopath Traveler, fantastic. Captain Toad is like the only game I cared to have ported from the Wii U. And then Smash Brothers, which, from what I've understand, is no one's really 100% sure. Is this like a direct port, or is this kind of like an updated version? Because
I think everybody is unsure. I think it's almost leaning more towards that being a new installment.
I was
Because the
100% sure it was a
title-
port until I watched it again, and then it's like,
If they had been in development, I mean, Sakurai hasn't directed anything since, I don't think. If they've been developing it since the Switch was in conception, and I mean, if it's just Smash 4 mechanics, but with updated graphics and things.
Can
What?
something be in conception? Or is something conceived?
Conceived. I think that's a term.
I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, can you be in? Because when you said in conception, I thought of a baby being made, and you can't be in conception, like unless you're talking about mid-coitus kind of thing. Like the sperm is flowing down the fallopian tubes, and like that's what we're referring to. I think that's how babies are made. I'm not sure. The stork puts his beak in there. I'm not really. Yeah. Wait, I'll pause. Oh, sperm doesn't go down the fallopian tubes?
What? Who said that?
I deadass thought that was how you made a baby.
No, the egg goes down the fallopian tubes into the uterus.
Oh, okay, all right. I didn't know.
And the sperm reaches the uterus. I'm just giving you a little biology lesson.
Only wizards make babies.
No shame. We don't get taught this shit.
Journey, dude.
Yeah.
Who knew? Then why do they have tails? What do they have to swim up? They have to swim with the fallopian.
The fucking
egg,
cervix.
What other part of the pussy do they gotta swim up?
Oh my god. Do I need to show you a fucking diagram of a lady's vagina and
I've seen them
reproduction
before.
system?
They gotta go in like the spiral tubes, right?
He's just fucking with you.
Spiral tubes. Honestly, like I would believe it if you didn't know anything about a woman's reproductive system because
the valve.
it's common for people
Gabe
not
Newell
to.
has to let him in first.
It's like Pikmin. There gotta be like
Jesus.
100 of them, and they can push it open.
Oh, wow.
And then one of them goes through.
Well, that's interesting.
That's a good comparison.
Anyway.
Right there.
But
What the fuck were we talking about?
the Smash Bros. Direct.
I think it'll be a new game.
I'm in the camp.
I do
I
too.
was not in the camp. It was until the. So I'm not too familiar. The logo is the same every time, right?
Yeah.
But the fire's a different thing, or the fire's
Nah,
the same
it's
every time.
always there's always been fire.
This
And
one was
then-
really dramatic, though. I feel like.
I just feel like if it were a port, if it were a port from the Wii U, like they wouldn't have had everyone silhouetted, and then when they flash by Mario and Link, like Link's obviously his character's from Breath of the Wild, and maybe we can assume that Mario's is from Odyssey. Like,
I don't know. Probably, if it was a Wii U port, it probably would have been out by now. I hope.
Yeah, I think.
Theorizing.
I also think like they would have called it Smash. Like they would have had a subtitle ready if it was a port to let us know it was a port. They
It's like working
wouldn't.
title.
They wouldn't not let us know it's a not a port if it wasn't a port. You know what I'm saying? Like there was.
Yeah,
no,
that would be shitty.
Yeah, that would be really
So,
shitty. Like at,
okay.
at now, like because we're unsure if they then call it a port, that's shitty. I don't know,
yeah,
but yeah,
we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
yeah. Cross the bridge when we get there. But that is it for the Nintendo Direct. I thought it was a solid Direct. I guess this was a lot.
It wasn't as bad as I was mostly fucking around. I think it's actually closer to like a 5 or a 6. I was a little disappointed by the things I wanted to see, like No More Heroes. God damn it! I hope that
No More
fucking
Heroes
game doesn't
looks
suck.
like I'm not even kidding. Besides the 3DS games and maybe I didn't think that sushi game looked that good. No More Heroes might have been the worst looking game in that Direct.
No,
God
I'll
damn.
back
Part of it
I'll
is
back
because
you up on
it's
that,
not
David.
what
I think
you would want from those. Sorry, it's not what you would want from like a. No
It
More
looks like
Heroes
it
game.
plays better than the other two is the thing. It looks like more fun to play.
Yeah,
It's
'cause those
fluid and
were-
arcadey, and it is supposed to be like you're in an arcade
Maybe,
game.
but that's like what if that was Bayonetta 2? What if it went from what Bayonetta was?
Because
in
those
the
games
first
have
game?
never had deep. They've always been button mashers. They're not deep.
Yeah.
They're like fucking spin.
talking about
It's just
Bayonetta
the
or-
camera angle is the only thing that's different. No More Heroes. If you took the camera angle of him slashing all those guys and went like this, everybody would be like, "Oh, it's No More Heroes." It's just because it's up
Yeah,
here.
it
And everybody's like,
still
"Oh, it's a
looks-
fucking mobile game," and I'm like, "No, just
No, I
chill
think
out."
I think
I
it
think-
still looks like just as stylish and everything as No More Heroes has always looked.
I wish there was
I've
blood.
watched it direct
That's
like
my main
3
complaint.
times.
I want the fucking blood. There's no blood. I hope that gets
No blood.
fixed.
We're gonna talk about video game violence in a minute, but first let's talk about Bethesda setting the date for their E3 press conference coming out. They're doing it the Sunday before everybody else goes, which is they're sticking with their tradition at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. That's 9:30 Eastern. And they posted a little thing. They posted a little. a little teaser image that featured a bunch of the different characters that were in their games. Skyrim guy, blah blah blah, Dishonored, Doom, all the other good stuff that we know and love from the Bethesda publishing arm. I'm struggling with this intro. What do we think we're seeing? What do we think we're gonna see with this Bethesda E3 announcement? I guess we'll start with Drew.
Doom 2.
You think so?
I'm watching this video. I'm sorry. I think we'll get Doom 2.
What do you? Does everybody else think we're gonna get Doom 2?
That'd be cool, but like,
I really don't see why not.
yeah,
Or even that it's being
it's
worked
a separate
on.
team from Wolfenstein, right? It's not the same team.
No, it is not. Different.
It's not even the same developer.
Nope, not at
My
all.
bad. They used the id tech, so I got confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think probably Doom 2. I'd believe that.
Doom 2 and Elder Scrolls Oblivion remastered on all systems with
I
motion
would
control on the
shit
Switch.
my actual pants if they did that, but they won't.
Or Morrowind, one of those two.
Dude,
One
that'd
of
be
those,
fucking
Oblivion or
awesome.
Morrowind.
Both, please.
Yeah.
Or both together, yeah. I guess
so
that's
good.
true.
Aaron, what are you looking for out of this E3 conference?
I'm not so much sure what we will see is what we won't. I'm not sure that we'll see a mainline Fallout or Elder Scrolls, but I think we might get like Fallout Shelter on the Switch or something like that. I could see them trying to do that.
Would that be an acceptable Switch port, David? Would you allow that?
I give that one the stamp of approval.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, I could see Fallout Shelter on the Switch, maybe Fallout ports on the Switch. But I can't imagine that they'd be doing a mainline Fallout or Elder
Dude,
Scrolls.
like-
Other than that, maybe Doom 2. But who
Doom
knows?
2.
They got to have at least one big thing up their sleeves,
Yeah.
I would imagine.
What were we gonna say?
Give me Elder
I-
Scrolls
yeah,
6.
I bet that they will tease Elder Scrolls 6.
Gimme.
Do you think it's gonna be Elder
I'm
Scrolls?
tired of Skyrim.
Dead
It's
ass,
gonna be ESO stuff before Elder Scrolls 6.
Do you think it's?
I
gonna
know,
be-
they've
have
done fucking
not
ESO
announced
every year.
anything since that they're developing since Fallout 4, and that besides, I don't think their Elder Scrolls Online team is the same people that
No.
make. So they've got to be working on fucking
I
something.
believe
right?
I think they
Please.
did the VR version of Skyrim and like ported it to Switch kind of thing.
Okay, well, then we're done. We've got Skyrim on everything.
I know, they
It's
still have to
time
port Skyrim
for
to
the
my-
new one.
Here's a real question I have. Do you think it'll be the Elder Scrolls 6 or do you think it'll be like a Skyrim 2 thing? Like they're just gonna
God,
ride
I
that
fucking
branding.
hope not. I would kill myself.
Yeah, that would be the
I
first
would
time
not
they
be
ever did that.
Or
surprised.
do
Yeah,
you
I'd
think
cry.
it'd be
I'd
Elder
cry.
Scrolls?
So, you're right. It would be the first time they ever did that, but like Skyrim is insanely bigger than any of the other Elder Scrolls games. Like insane.
People would be like, what's the Elder Scrolls? I want Skyrim too.
You're
Like,
right.
I could-
It's like a commercial. I don't know.
Ugh.
I genuinely hope they don't do that.
Hurts.
I
Yeah.
think everybody who isn't 14.
And like
hopes
it's
they do
on
that,
Sky.
but-
It's on the same like continent. It's not on a different like anything like that.
That would be god.
No.
Like
No, 'cause
Yeah,
the
I would
whole
not like
of-
that.
No. They got to
I
do
wouldn't-
Hammer.
I would-
I'm just asking the question,
but-
guys. You know what I'm saying? All sides matter. You know.
They'll do
I wouldn't-
Hammerfall.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Hammerfell.
opposed
I mean, they've
to
already
having.
done that.
Valen would.
I would
Yeah,
have
done
be.
Hammerfall,
I wouldn't be
yeah. Have done
opposed to
that
maybe like
elsewhere.
if we don't get like a remaster of either Oblivion or Morrowind, if wherever 6 takes place is back in one of those like
Yeah.
lands,
Cyrodiil?
that'd be fine.
I'd be cool with that.
Dude,
I
I'd
could
be
call
fine
it
with
Elder
that, or,
Scrolls
like-
Cyrodiil, and
Or
then
it
just-
could be in Hammerfell, like 1 and 2, like weren't.
I'd be down for a full Elder Scrolls
the
game that
early
took place
games.
only in the Shivering Isles, dude. That DLC was the best part of Oblivion.
Shivering Isles was really cool.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some kind of VR stuff with like the Dishonored franchise.
Yeah.
Or
just-
or
Yeah.
or
I don't know
Fallout
if
or
you
something
would.
like that, or like Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
I bet they put another one of their franchises in VR. I wouldn't be shocked to see
probably.
that.
Didn't
Why
they
the fuck not?
last
Oh,
E3?
shit.
Didn't they talk about Fallout VR?
Yeah, I guess they did. I just totally forgot it. So who cares about VR? But I also wouldn't be surprised if we got Prey DLC either. They tweeted out something. What are you saying?
Breaking news. I forgot. We have a story we need to talk about, but continue, please. I'm sorry
Do
for
we
that.
need it
What?
right now? Well, you broke it in. Break it, bro.
Valve is making games again, says Gabe Newell. This comes from GameSpot. So Gabe Newell had a press conference today, or something.
What?
It
He had
was
a
like
press conference.
no, it was like a presentation, centered mostly around Artifact, the Dota 2
Gabe Newell
card game.
did a PowerPoint today.
He called the video games to come and meet with him, and they talked.
He called President Trump in, so we have to have a meeting.
He said essentially that the things that they've been
Attention.
doing recently with software development and Steam have been investing in the future. And he said,
Oh yeah,
oh, fuck,
Artifact
where's the quote?
is a thing.
Remember the when Artifact got announced, and everybody's like a new Valve game, and it was like the Dota 2 card game or whatever like that.
It was like,
Everybody's
oh.
like, oh, just the palpable disappointment in the room. Do you have the
I
quote?
mean,
Dave?
it's a game.
So essentially,
Technically.
after saying all of this, he said Artifact is the first of several games that are going to be coming from us, so that's sort of good news. Hooray, Valve's starting to ship games again. Unquote. So look forward to something from Valve,
I don't
and
buy
I
it for a second.
fucking
He's
hope
just gonna release a game called
so.
Not Half-Life 3, and it's just gonna be Gordon
Don't-
Freeman like jerking off.
And don't. I don't want you to get your hopes up too much.
I'm not.
That's not-
I've learned.
I don't
They're making
care
too
about
much money
Half-Life.
off of
Give me
Suits.
fucking Left 4 Dead.
Give me Source 2 and let people make games on it. Look at all the good Source games that people are. You drinking an old fashioned?
I sure am.
That's cool.
Fucking-
Did it last week too,
Fancy
didn't
boy.
you?
Yeah, he
Just put Source 2 in our hands. Not my hands. I don't know how to fucking make games. Let people mess with it. It's so
They're only
probably
giving
such
Source
a
2
cool
out to
engine.
David. He's the only one.
Yeah.
Just David.
There's so many good games like Cry of Fear, fucking Counter-Strike was originally a Source mod. So was Team Fortress. Like, things can happen if you just put the tools in the community's hands, and I'm confident that they will do that. They've been developing this fucking engine forever. I'm sure it's incredible. So excited. I need that PC FPS renaissance, and I need it now. I need that engine. I
Just
want
give me
that.
Left 4
I
Dead.
feel like PC
That Source
games
boom.
are popping right now.
They are, but like, imagine
More
if
than
Source 2, like, think of like when Team Fortress 2 came out, and when Half-Life 2 was huge, and all of the Half-Life deathmatch mods and stuff, like that, but again with Source 2, like now, that would be fucking awesome. Like server browsing, mods, like custom games, shit like that. I never really experienced it because I was really late on the draw to get a PC. So by the time I got in and all the fucking funny Counter-Strike maps were like kind of empty, and I was like, oh shit, I missed out. So I just want my little time to experience those communities, but I hope that at least that happens. The engine gets put out.
It won't. I bet it won't. I don't want to hurt you, but it's not going to happen. This last story is going to hurt me. President Donald Trump spent an hour talking to partisans on both sides of the violent video game debate a few days ago, and left the meeting without any conclusive outcome.
Wow, really?
Yeah. White House.
didn't decide?
The White House put out a statement that said, during today's meeting, the group spoke with the president about the effects that violent video games have on our youth, especially young males. The president acknowledged some studies have indicated there is a correlation between video game violence and real violence. The conversation centered on whether violent video games, including games that graphically simulate killing, desensitize our community to violence. It goes on to talk about it. The funniest part of this, that any of it's really funny, because
It is funny.
it's really not funny. Like, fucking, like, DACA recipients are getting deported right now, and, like,
No, I thought you were gonna say the video.
Oh, the video's
that they showed.
ridiculous.
The video is funny.
And it's
funny.
just, it's ridiculous. My favorite part of the video is, like, they show them people killing Nazis, like, actual Nazis in Liechtenstein, and, like, that's violence we can't have. But the best part of all of this was at the beginning they put out the list of who all was going to be there. It was like Strauss Zelnick from Take-Two, the CEO of ZeniMax, who owns Bethesda, and they put the ESRB president Pat or Mr. Pat, what was it, Pat something, Mr. Pat Vance or something like that, I think is what it is.
Except it's
And,
Patricia,
and,
and
but
she's
it's
a
actually
woman.
Ms. Patricia Vance, and it's just like.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ!
They
You're
didn't-
all
It's a
They
fucking
didn't care
smoke
about
screen.
what
We
they
got
were doing.
smoke screen. We're doing it right now.
fine. The best part of this video also is that it features gameplay from Giant Bomb's Dan Reichert in it.
Yeah,
That was very funny.
saw that.
But Aaron, I know you're a big proponent of getting rid of video games and like destroying art and creativity in all its forms.
Yeah, dude, they're a blight upon.
So what did you take of this meeting? Is this a step in the right direction?
Yes, dude, it's a step that needed to be taken, and I'm glad somebody finally took it. You know.
Finally.
You know what I think is more harmful to young men than video games?
AR-15s?
Sending them off
To young.
to fight for rich men's wars and then bringing them back so that they can go shoot up a bunch of people at Texas State. Oh wait, that already happened. Oh wait, we're training killing machines already in real life, but video games are the problem. I forgot. Like, fuck
It's
off.
almost like the problem isn't video games. The problem is access to guns, but they don't want to
There's
talk about
multiple-
that.
There's multiple problems. And
Oh,
video
there
games
is.
not one of them. We don't even have the highest sales
I mean,
per capita. Japan does. And guess
there's
what? Our
even-
shootings are 1,000 times more.
There's even
abundant.
room to talk about violence in
And we have
media,
Logan
but
Paul all
not
the
when
time.
we're talking about gun violence.
Logan Paul's the
like-
problem, dude.
It's
I'm not
like,
saying that. I didn't say it.
this is such an obvious distraction. Like, it was like so mean. They didn't even try. They didn't even try. It was just like, hey, let's just get people together to get everyone to stop
Yeah.
talking about this shit for 5 minutes, and then we'll just forget it happened, and then the next one will happen, and we'll do the same fucking thing. Cool. I love it.
It's very, very depressing. Drew, what did you think about all this?
Yeah, it was literally just It was pointless. It means nothing. It's going to mean nothing. It's not going to do anything. It was just like having a meeting for the sake of having a meeting.
It's just a
Yeah,
bunch
it was
of hot
a waste
air.
of time. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
don't disagree with all of you. It's very depressing the turn in which our country has taken since he has become president. Okay.
High energy.
Bring on the quick hits. Tom Clancy's The Division 2 got revealed. It's coming. They're going to talk about it more at E3 later this year. Drew, I know you really like The Division 2.
I'm a big fan of The Division, especially going to be a big fan of Ubisoft and what they've been doing with the support in their games. So The Division supposedly has a decent-sized community still, and it'll be interesting to see what they can do with the second one. Also interesting to note, they're not going to stop support for the first one after the second one comes out.
Yeah.
And I feel like that might be an issue, but I don't know.
I would be like,
they'll figure it out.
I would be like willing to hop in and try the first game. I've never played it. Ever.
It's good. I liked it. Well, hang on. Aaron and CJ didn't like it because I asked them to get it.
It's
and
better
then
now.
no one,
They,
no
like,
no
made
one
better,
got it.
right?
Well, but no one got it when it first came out, and I played the fuck out of it for the
I
first
got
week.
it literally
Level
3
capped and
days
everything.
later.
And I was done with the game.
I know. That's not my fucking fault.
You did it to them. You got your revenge.
All right, I
I did it to
apologize.
them.
What game are you talking about?
The Division.
The Division.
The Division.
Okay, yeah. We played that
Remember
for
you
like
guys?
6
Okay,
hours.
and like, you did. I didn't.
I
I
never
level
finished
capped,
it.
and then every time I tried to play with them, they like scale the enemies. So like, I'm level 30, and they're level 3, but we're
And, like,
fighting
the
level 18.
Yeah, and we'd
characters.
be like,
Yeah.
all right, Drew, just take us through it.
Well, I think the consensus is it's gotten a lot of content updates and it's like a much different game than when it launched. It kind of pulled a Destiny. So hopefully they don't pull a Destiny 2 on the sequel.
Yeah,
Because
right. Yeah, hopefully.
I'm interested. Like, I love the little I've mentioned. I love games as services. So
Did you say
if I
it
can
like
get another
fucking
one.
the Nicolas Cage fucking meme? Where he's
Oh,
like,
the-
Nicolas Cage, his new movie's gonna actually come to theaters. I'm excited.
I'm not too excited about it. I think maybe it'll be interesting. So I don't know. Whatever.
okay, cool. That's a
Yeah.
quick hit.
Yeah. Call of Duty Black Ops
It's good.
4 got officially announced. It is coming on October 12th, which is actually a lot earlier than they usually come. I assume because Red Dead is coming out October 26th, and they don't want to be near that.
Well, they shouldn't even put it in October.
The bigger news story here is what do we all think about the tally marks for the
Call of Duty
Why-
Black
logo.
Ops.
That's-
E.
Do you see what Jason did at this fucking article?
Yeah.
He says, so if the company does plan to release Black Ops, he puts like 30 like eyes. Because
I think
that's
they're
not how
tally
you
marks.
fucking...
They're yeah,
But-
I believe they are tally marks. So we'll know in 3 years. We could ask Cody who's working on this game, but we could bring this up in 3 years when the next one comes out. If it's Black Ops 5 with the 3 things and then a slash. If that's the case, I'm fine with it.
You can't write that in text on a computer.
You're right. That's what I'm saying. If they do that, that's fine. But if it comes out that it's Call of Duty Black Ops V, you can't have your cake and eat it too. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Aaron, how do you feel about the tally marks?
I love them. It is
Really?
unique.
You've given a lot of thought to this, I can tell.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have.
We're like so jaded to Call of Duty that our only discussion revolves around the fucking
The
title.
Yeah, no,
fucking
I guess-
four.
No, they're
Maybe-
fucking dumb. Like, why are they doing that?
I don't know. Who cares?
I don't know. Yeah. Next story is about State of Decay 2. It got a release date from May 22nd on Xbox One and PC, and the standard version is only going to be $30 instead of $60, and the Ultimate Edition is going to be $50. This is one of the games that's included in the Xbox Game Pass library. Anybody excited for this game? Anybody care?
What is
Is that the
this?
zombie game?
Yep.
Okay.
Don't care.
No, Drew, you care?
I already got a zombie game.
I mean, it looked better than like whatever they showed when they first announced it. But interesting to note, it is, like you said, $30 for the standard edition, $20 less than a game about sushi.
Very true.
I do like sushi.
Checks out.
Really makes you think.
The compare and contrast of this and the sushi game.
Shushi.
Shushy pissy.
Sushi.
Sushi pissy. This next story is about Diablo 3. Apparently, like semi-officially is coming to the Switch.
Oh, you skipped the story, by the way.
And I distinctly
Who
remember
cares?
being chastised for
You want to
posting
take
this
you want to
article.
have your moment? Oh yeah, Days Gone got delayed, coming out in 2019. What do we think about that?
Okay. Cool.
Wow, way to further miss the bus on the fucking zombie trend. Good job, guys.
David,
Maybe they're
about 10
just
years
trying
ago.
to. Maybe they're like. Maybe they just
They're
realized they're
waiting
like,
to-
oh wait a second, we've been so busy making this game, we didn't realize everybody else is doing zombies. Maybe if we push it back,
They'll just
We'll
Zombies would be cool
rejuvenate
again.
it
I don't,
again.
what is
Don't
the problem
forget.
with zombies? Why do you guys all hate zombies?
They're so.
I'm just joking. I don't
Oversaturated.
care. Like I still want to play
is
it. but,
sci-fi
like,
bad too? You know,
No,
there's so
because
there
much
weren't,
sci-fi.
like,
and so is
a
Aliens.
plethora of sci-fi games coming up for 3 years straight. Like,
Also,
I don't
like,
know, I
there's
don't-
different types of sci-fi. There's like,
Okay, so are
zombies
aliens bad?
zombies?
No.
Aliens
No.
are
I mean,
bad.
again,
Once again, that
there's
wasn't
different
a trend.
takes on aliens.
There's different
Zombies
takes on
are like-
zombies.
I mean, yeah, but
Barely.
like, how much variation is there?
And
I'll
the
argue
Last
that-
of Us zombies and the Left 4 Dead zombies are completely different.
Are the well, I guess.
All right.
I'd argue that
Okay, yes.
Vermintide is a good take on zombies.
Yeah, Vermintide has a different take on zombies. A bunch of games have a
More
different
on that
take
later.
on zombies, I would say. You got the slow moving zombies. You got the zombies that are funguses. You got the fast moving zombies.
They're fun to fight, but like
There
it's
you
just
go.
like, give me something else, please.
Like the Walking Dead zombies are interesting. I don't know. Not the show, the game. Yeah, so that's coming out 2019. That fucks over my prediction that Days Gone was going to come out this year, and then that what's the studio? Sony Bend would close.
Close.
But I still see them closing.
Yeah.
They've delayed it another year.
A little later.
Diablo 3 is coming apparently. Blizzard tweeted out a Diablo themed nightlight being switched on and off, which apparently was like an allusion to the Switch thing, and
I didn't really understand that, but
a bunch of confirmed sources from Eurogamer have said that Diablo 3 is being ported to the Switch, which I know Aaron's all up in arms about. He's excited about. It's not really what you say.
Yeah,
up
but
in arms.
I'm
I'm more excited
the
about
only-
the prospect of other Blizzard ports. Diablo 3, like, meh, that's cool, but
WoW port.
yeah, WoW. Where's WoW on my Switch?
With
Awful.
that internet from the Switch, the online service.
Oh
Be great.
fuck yeah! What would they port? I don't know what.
Warcraft
What would
3.
work
We talked
on
about
that?
this last
Of
week.
Blizzard games? Yeah,
Yeah.
like Warcraft 3,
Warcraft
StarCraft.
3 on a fucking console? How?
Touchcontrol controls, dude, or you could use the motion controls
That'd be
with the Joy-Con.
awful.
It wouldn't,
Oh,
though.
I'm
Warcraft
calling it,
3 is,
that would
like,
be
not that
terrible.
kind. You wouldn't be able to play online competitively. Like, sure, it wouldn't be like the
Any
StarCraft scene
RTS
is
on a
now.
console requires like a complete reinventing of the fucking genre.
It
Look at
would.
Halo.
But would it,
Wars.
though, with Warcraft 3, which is like an
I
old
read
as
that,
fuck
Kat.
game porting to the Switch? Like, I really don't think that it would be that much of a leap.
I think that'd be incredibly hard to do, but I don't know. I
I
doubt
know
that
nothing
would
about
happen, but-
programming, obviously, so it might be super
Not like from a
hard, but
program. I mean, from a user like interface.
I feel like
standpoint.
if there were a console you were going to port an RTS to, Warcraft 3 like to the Switch would be perfect, because like you have touchscreen, you have motion controls for the mouse if that works. I obviously again don't know because I'm not a programmer, but I feel like
I don't
a
know. I
creative mind
disagree,
could
but
make it work.
Maybe. I think that an Overwatch port would be more likely, but I doubt we see.
Yeah,
that
you're right.
again.
That probably is more likely, but I would still like to see old legacy ports, like the first Diablo and Diablo 2 mainly.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, they're remaking Diablo 2, I think. So allegedly, there's a
we shall see.
remaster happening.
Next story here, David and Drew are all excited about. Far Cry 5 is getting a map like creator editor kind of mode. Far Cry 5 comes out the end of this month. I don't know how excited everybody is for it, but Drew, I know you were excited about this little thing. I guess Cheyenne is too. She's nodding vigorously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, I'm
good,
super.
Good,
I'm
good
Go
talk.
ahead,
I'm
someone.
super hyped for Far Cry. I asked Cheyenne yesterday, when does it come out? She's
I
like
mean,
the 27th. I was like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed. I had some fun doing like the Far Cry 4 map editor, and seeing just like they said that just the layout and the kind of the way that it was like an arcade thing, like arcade legacy or whatever, where you can go on and see like the newest and hottest maps that people are making, and like the incorporation of other Ubisoft games is cool. Being able to put in like Assassin's Creed stuff, Watch Dogs, and like kind of environments and AI and everything would be fun. I don't know. It seems like they're having more fun with Far Cry 5, even though it might be. I don't know. I don't really want to say that the topic matters like the most serious out of all of them, but you know, it'll be fun. I look forward to it.
beep beep. I'm really hyped.
I
for it.
don't know.
No, you were just.
You
breaking
can't
You
up
were,
a little bit.
yeah, you
I
were like
heard you.
kind
I
of
heard-
slow and
You slowed
robot-y.
down like. Are you saying you don't think it's going to be that good?
No.
He was
I think
saying
I'll
he
get it. I like
doesn't
all
understand
Far
why
Cry
they're
games
making
for the
this
most
so
part.
goofy if the tone of the game is
It's
supposed to be
like-
this
if
serious.
it's
It won't be.
More
It won't be
political.
serious.
Yeah.
I
I
guarantee
think
there will
it'll be
be
fun.
Not only will there be black people in that cult, and it won't be white nationalist, it will also be almost entirely focused around religion and not politics. Like, they would fuck it up if they tried. I kind of hope they don't even try to spin like a white nationalist
I want
angle.
them to try. I want to kill Almond
They
Bundy.
won't. They won't. I think they've already shown a black woman in the cult before in one of the
Internalized
things. I swear to
racism.
God, let me look up some screenshots.
And internalized.
All right, doesn't matter.
misogyny.
Doesn't matter. Next, moving on to games that really have a good message. Sony apparently isn't letting this game Super Seducer onto their platform. This game, if you don't know, is a guy just teaches you how to pick up hot chicks. You know what I'm saying, Aaron?
Yeah,
Me and you
man.
picking up hot chicks.
It's like a fucking FMV, isn't it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's very weird.
Stupid.
Anybody have any
What's-
thoughts?
What's surprising to me
It's
about
fucking
this
stupid.
is that I have a thought, and my thought is that why the fuck do they care when they let games like The Life of a Black Tiger, or whatever the fuck it is, get on there?
My name is Mayo.
I don't. My name is Mayo. Quality title.
I think
but-
the difference is Life of Black Tiger isn't actively harmful to anyone.
It's just,
just
a
a
bad
bad
game.
game.
Yeah, The Life of Black Tiger isn't like a racist game about like black tigers. It's about.
It's not teaching you shitty politics
It's
and like
just
yeah.
yeah. This is. I understood why they do it. The people saying censorship are fucking dumb. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very dumb. I hate that.
They're a fucking private company. That
Why
can
free
literally
speech though?
do whatever they want.
My
It's
favorite
like-
part is just Valve just has to let it on there because Valve is just no quality control whatsoever.
Yeah, they've taken a completely.
It's just
hands-off
like they
approach.
like Nazis get games on there, so why not this
What
one?
pisses me off the most is that we're talking about it.
All right, so let's stop. Switch.
All right.
What are you saying?
Nothing. Continue.
Switch is getting a patch for the playtime glitch stuff that we talked about last week, which is good. Good to hear that. Xbox One is getting a new monthly show that will tease DLC for Sea of Thieves as well as more features for their console.
I'm hyped for that game.
And
Is anybody else
Yeah.
looking at that game?
Yeah, I'm gonna play it.
All right, cool.
There's people on my Discord that are gonna play it, so if you could just
I'll pass.
fucking be active on my Discord
That's
for
cool,
once,
that's
you
cool.
shit.
If I get
No,
two
not
other, I almost said swaggies. What's
Swaggies.
David's
What's the
camera has
word?
frozen, and he is
Oh,
like
It has.
just
He's making
making
The position he's in.
It looks fine to me.
He's like,
Is it better?
No, it's not. You should work on that.
No.
We'll let you know when you fix it. But
I
yeah,
like it.
This. I think the bigger thing about this show, it's called Inside Xbox. It's
Isn't that a
doing.
name of a show that they already do?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But they're doing like developer interviews and stuff like that, which I think is really cool. I would like to see more games like kind of do this kind of route. I remember when I finished Stranger Things season 2. Like at the end, like I didn't really watch it. I didn't really watch it or anything. I didn't really care, but there was like a really cool like where they interviewed. It was like inside the actor studio where they interviewed all the like the director of different episodes and a bunch of people about different episodes. I thought that was really cool. It's kind of like the Talking Dead show. I think they do on AMC, or like when they had the Breaking Bad talk show at the end of the episodes for the last season. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
that kind of companion stuff is cool. David, come back.
I'm trying, dude. It's so fucked. This app
I
is
think-
terrible.
Update your phone.
Yeah, true.
I'm not
I think,
disagreeing with you, but update your phone.
I think that the Xbox show's cool. I think even though, like I said, I'm pretty sure that they already have one named that. But if they keep it consistent and they do like what they're already saying they're going to be doing, and talking to like the Rare developers and everything, it'll be a cool way for them to connect to their community when they've lacked in like games and
Yeah.
like AI, like user interface and everything. Like they're slowly trying to get back to that. So I think this will help.
Good way to
for
create
the
a
more,
community around their first party.
yeah,
titles.
which they really need right now. So
I agree with that. David, you doing okay there?
Am I back?
Nope.
Nope,
Nope,
it's
now you're
Video's
coming.
not,
Now you're coming.
but you're
Oh, there you are.
here.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's my screen.
oh, he's
my
back.
god.
Don't look. Don't look. Flip the camera, you son of a bitch. God
There's the
damn
cold
it.
open, man. All right. So,
Yep.
All right.
So this next story, is this the last story? No, there's two more after this.
Freebasin
There?
it, baby.
Did you add more?
Yeah, there's more, dude. We're going forever
Hot
on these
damn.
fucking stories. There's
You really are.
Freebasin.
There's an inside sex doll where you can fuck all the bodies at the end. It's awesome, and I want it. Please,
Wait,
spend
they didn't.
$375 to get me this.
Did they say that's what it was?
Yeah.
I bet that's what it was.
I thought they said they weren't going to tell anyone what it was.
It's not. That's clearly what they fucking partnered.
That's
with
obviously what it's gonna be.
But yeah, but like.
But
I
don't
awesome.
think you could fuck it. I think it's just gonna be
if
like.
I can't fuck it, what's
like
the point?
Real fleshy.
It'll have a little hole in the bottom.
If it's not fuckable.
What am I supposed to do with the little hole in the bottom?
I'm not.
Email them and tell them to put a hole in it.
It's gonna be
buy
both
attachments for DLC. You see?
No, it's gonna be both a dildo and like a flashlight.
I like that idea. I like that.
Two in
idea.
one.
Two in one. You want to get the most bang for your buck. You know what I'm saying, David?
Yeah, for sure.
That's right.
I want to repeat that joke. You want to get the most bang for your buck. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Okay, it was funny the first time.
Yep.
It is no longer
this last
funny.
story here is our weekly Fortnite news segment. Aaron, hit the music. Fortnite! They're having a 20v20v20v20v20 mode that you can currently play right now. Also, they're making a mobile port of this game, and I'm not
like Danny Brown.
I'm not into
20v20v20v20.
I'm not.
I'm not. How do we feel about the mobile port, Drew? You hopping on there on your iPhone?
Everybody's been saying that it's like an early April Fool's joke. They're gonna come out April 1st, be like, "Just kidding, guys. We're not really doing that." And I hope that that's really
Drew is now.
What was your question?
Drew is frozen now, and now he's.
Oh fuck.
I'm
Oh my
listen,
God.
listen. Am I coming back?
now?
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
I can't control who calls me
Mobile port.
during this.
Mobile
See, I'm
port.
telling you, this
Mobile
shit's
port, yeah,
bullshit.
no.
Put your fucking shit on Do
Mobile
Not
port.
Disturb.
You still get the
One, I
alert
don't
though.
know
You
how
just
to do
It
that.
doesn't make a sound or like make your
Two,
phone vibrate. It still comes
one-
through as an alert.
One, don't know how. Two, won't do it. Three, the mobile port, it's whatever. I mean, it's like not gonna be that good probably. I don't know if I'm sure you guys have seen like PUBG running on mobile.
No,
And
I
that's-
haven't seen it run.
Yeah.
That
I've
sounds
seen
awful.
it like be played.
Nah.
It's not running particularly well. That's not what I would call it.
I was talking to him about it with a guy at work, and he's like, "Dude, how the fuck are you gonna build?" I was like, "That's a great question because if you're holding a phone, right,
makes no
and you're obviously got two digital analogs, you got move and looking around, and then now you got to like find a way to like build and look, and it's like you just have to like, what's that one? How people hold a controller, the claw or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to like hold your phone that way.
It's like the PSP
Gonna
with
suck.
the one joystick. It's all fucked up. But yeah, interesting stuff. That's it for the news of this week. We're moving on to the time when we check out a story that we saw this week, and boy do we have a doozy in this week's show.
I made this a thing.
David,
it was me.
David. You found this one story. You were browsing the old Kotaku.com.
That's right. I was on Kotaku.
One of the
4chan's video games board.
One of the Gizmodo sister sites. And what did you think of this story? You want to introduce this segment and stuff?
Yeah, sure. This story is titled "Overwatch Nicest Players Are Giving Me Anxiety." Cool. So the story is essentially about an author airing their opinions about how Overwatch players who are super nice during their games make them feel bad because they can't reciprocate that kind of kindness to others, and so they feel worse about it than if they just hadn't said anything at all. And in the title, the word resent is used twice, and the word hate is used once in reference to these players. And my argument was that this article is not only meaningless and also garbage and doesn't even deserve the fucking bandwidth that it takes to load. It is too harmful to not only the author, who is reassuring themselves that what they're feeling is normal and okay, but also to the people who might be nice in Overwatch and might now think, oh, well, if people really feel that way, I'm not going to fucking say anything. So the community gets just a little bit more toxic because of that. So I don't see how this article benefits fucking anybody. I think it's stupid, and I think the way that the author wrote it could have been maybe better, and maybe not made me so fucking livid. But it's just so fucking stupid. It's such a stupid article. That's my fucking take.
Drew and
And I
Cheyenne.
think Kotaku has a lot of these, but
Drew and Cheyenne, you're on David's team here. I'm not sure. Aaron's
yeah.
free. Aaron's a free agent.
Wild
now.
card. Dude.
wild
What-
card.
Aaron's freebasing
He's
it.
freebasing it. What did you guys all in alignment with what David just said?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I think
100%.
this while Kotaku may be like a blog, I think this is just a shitty blog post that brings absolutely nothing. Like, I've read a lot of stories like this where people are like just talking about an opinion, or like there was one, I don't know if it was Kotaku or Polygon, but someone was like a new parent and they like playing Dishonored made them really like, I don't know, stressed because they wanted to get through all this stuff, but they didn't have as much time as they used to, and that one actually like had an interesting like story that brought some kind of conversation.
You make time if you want to play the games, baby. That's all it is. You just gotta cut out some sleep. It's nothing big.
No, it's but
Neglect
like
the kid.
This is just a guy talking about his anxiety, and that's it. Like,
it's the way it's framed. Like, if it had been more like, I need to work on the way that I perceive these things, instead of kind of
the
even
players
being
are
able to
giving
be
me
interpreted
anxiety.
like it's the players making me feel this way.
Yeah.
It's like not the best optics on that one, but that's just me. Drew,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I agree.
Well, you think that the way that he presented the article and the way that he he says how he resents them because they give him this anxiety. Motherfucker, you're writing for a well-known, website where you get shit all day long, especially for this article. So where's that anxiety now? Like, you're writing this article and people are just tearing you apart. Do you have anxiety
I
about that?
disagree with that sentiment because
know,
I think that he should be able to write this shitty article, and I don't think he should get trashed for
You can
it,
write it on
to his
WordPress.
face. I'll do it right now, but I'm not gonna go in the comment section and be like, "Kill yourself, you fucking loser." That's a little harsh. And there were a lot of people in the comments being like,
right,
I think you're stupid. And I'm like, they were all. I mean, it's Kotaku. I think they filter out shitty comments, but the most starred comments, whatever, were kind of like
anti this article. Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
Aaron, you're the wild card here. I'll let you go before I give my rousing defense.
I think I was gonna try and do some speech where you didn't know where I was going with it, and then boom, I came out with my opinion. Now I don't feel like doing it. I don't think this article's anywhere near as bad as you guys are making it sound. I do agree that maybe it should have been framed a little bit differently, but I think that because of the wording, you guys are missing the entire tone and point of the article.
Wait,
I don't think that...
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're okay. I don't think that it's what you're saying that it is, that it's like, nice people are stupid and they make me feel bad. That's not at all what this is about. Not even a little bit.
I'm not saying that that's what he's... I'm not.
No,
that's literally
it's
exactly what you said.
For 30 minutes, you guys all just said that. And,
that is not what... I mean, if you read the messages that I sent... If you read the messages that I sent when we first started talking about this, I was like, all this is about is how he gets anxious when other people are nice because he can't do the same thing. He doesn't feel comfortable
I don't even know
saying
that that's
the nice
true,
things.
But, that's not, first of all, the article is written in a very lighthearted, joking tone. You guys are all making it like this...
It's reflective, toxicity. I mean, it's about how... It's so easy to slip into this toxicity that you lose track of it, and it becomes weird when people are being nice. Why is it shocking when when you go into a game like this and people are being so inclusive, so nice, and going out of their way to compliment you for doing right? I think the point of this article is to shed light on why is that so fucking weird? Why do people feel? Why is it the norm for people to be toxic, shitty assholes instead of the people that he's running into in Overwatch?
Not to mention that, but I think David, when you started talking about it, you're like, the first thing, it says resent twice in this article, and it says he hates these people. That is clearly the paragraph where he says hate. It says, to all of my sweet randos who I've met who spit in the face of Overwatch's toxic reputation and then apologize for it. I have a confession to make. I hate you. Don't get me wrong, I really appreciate what you do. Your highly specific and often unwarranted bursts of positivity diffuse countless volatile situations. You come into matches with sunlight beaming out of all of your orifices, and whether you're forcing it or not, it's inspiring. None of that is fuck you guys, you're making it sound.
It's more marveling at the people that can do that.
It's a joke! You think saying sunlight beaming out of all of your orifices is patronizing?
Yeah, it is. Because it makes those people sound like they're just a fucking clown, and they just go in I'm so happy and I'm so nice, and he's just like, yeah, those fucking people that are just on the fucking subreddit all day, this community's too toxic. I know exactly who the fuck he's talking about, and he's not talking about them in an endearing way. He's saying, I appreciate what you do.
I also disagree. he's definitely saying that, like, he admires the people that say nice things, like, hey, nice ult, like, you got a really good shot there, like, good plays. But he's saying
article is, like,
that, like,
marveling at these people for
he
their ability
can't
to
do that. Like, he tries to be nice like them, but he's like, what if they think I'm stupid? What if they even get mad at me for being nice? Like, you know, because of his social anxiety. But I just don't know what that's, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this.
Who does this article benefit, is my question.
Who the fuck cares, dude? It's what he thinks and what he feels.
Like, this article has been nothing but, it seems, a shit show for the people who read it in the comments. And
I don't care about internet comments. So I should judge every YouTube video by the YouTube comments? By that logic?
What is the point? What is the point of writing an article and publishing it? Like, you just fucking do it because you can? Like, that just seems kind of,
to put an opinion out there in the ether and see how people latch onto it, I guess, would be the point of an article.
People
it just doesn't seem like a very well thought out opinion to me. Like, even, and I understand, like, he's not just saying, hey, fuck you, don't ever be nice to me. Like, of course not. He's saying, hey, keep doing what you're doing, but also, I hate you, in kind of, I guess, a joking way.
I hate you in any way,
You're
shape,
so
or
hung
form.
up on the words hate and resent that you're missing everything else.
It's the fucking tone. It's like, oh my gosh.
It's not
The
the
tone
why
is a
you-
joke. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
It's a joke.
he's not
I actually
saying,
meant the opposite of it. Oh, it's funny. Like, okay.
he's
Wait,
not, I don't know.
He's not saying he's fucking David Chappelle in this fucking article. It's not like he's, like, having high humor. It's just, like, it's a funny way to write a fucking article.
I fucking hate it. I hate the article.
I guess you
That's
do.
fine.
But, like, your original...
I don't like it either.
But the original text that why we did this on here was you said journalism. Kotaku is like a piece of shit or something like that because of this one article.
Kotaku puts out garbage articles all the time.
I think they put out some of the best articles out there.
They also put out some of the best articles, mostly written by Jason, but like...
I wouldn't say that at
a lot
all.
of
I
them
think
sucks.
Cecilia D'Anastasio makes great articles. I think.
Oh yeah, the one that wrote about how good the fucking 2017 Berserk anime is? Yeah, that was a great fucking article.
Some people like it.
That's somebody's opinion.
So
she
what?
also wrote that one piece about Atari that we talked about a few weeks ago.
That was a very good article.
But Gita Jackson, I think, writes really cool articles analyzing how
like her stuff.
black culture intersects with Dragon Ball Z. I think that's really interesting. I think Kirk Hamilton writes articles that are very interesting on there. I don't know. But yeah, just let's judge it by this one nicest players in Overwatch.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
That's what you
Kirk,
did?
Kirk.
I said that's exactly what I wasn't being sarcastic.
Is that the Christian guy?
The Christian guy?
Ooh.
What?
Isn't there a guy
Christian
named
Grey?
Kirk something?
You're thinking of 50 Shades of Grey.
No. That's some kinky sex shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about Kirk.
Hamilton. Kirk Knight.
Hamilton?
Kirk Franklin.
He did like the Left Behind series, right? He's got like 20 kids.
He did the Left Behind series? What are you
What?
talking about?
That's a
The
Left
Last
4
of
Dead
Us?
series.
What is happening?
I don't even understand where this joke is going.
I'm trying to get us to move on.
All right,
here,
we're
so
moving
why
on.
don't we
We're
do that?
moving on. Great
Yeah.
article, Kotaku. I wish you the best.
It was a shit
It was
article.
some-
Don't do it again.
Next thing in the doc is about games coming out this week, which is Drew's segment. So goodbye. So talk to Drew, everybody.
Okay.
What? What?
Whoops.
I'm listening.
Oh, this is your segment.
what?
Drew.
I know. I was waiting for the
I
introduction.
gave
Did
it.
you
Go.
introduce it? I didn't hear it.
Jesus Christ.
A lot for the first time in the 3 weeks since we've been doing this that I mentioned this bit. I actually went through and added these myself. So
Wow.
be proud of me
Proud
for
of
a
you.
second. Yeah, thank you. So starting out, we have Devil May Cry: The HD Collection is coming out on March 13th.
Aaron, you're hyped?
Yeah,
I don't really hear a whole lot about it.
Never
Not-
played
He
those.
just
No.
went like this. I was trying to let him
You know,
talk.
It just came out. There's just a collection on the PS3 and Xbox 360. So really, what are
Okay. Next.
I heard it runs like there's an HD collection on the PC. Supposedly it runs pretty bad.
There's some problems.
And
Some
then
PC ports run.
yeah, it's got some problems. And then Gollum comes out on March 13th as well, and that is a little PSVR game that we saw
Oh.
a couple years back, where
You play
was
it,
it the
it's
little-
like The Hobbit.
well, no, it's the girl that can like control a golem in her dreams or something. I don't know. PSVR kind of sucks.
Yeah,
VR kind of
mostly.
sucks. So
Moss
it's
is
just-
good.
That should be
Moss
our
is like
first t-shirt.
literally-
VR kind of sucks.
Dude, I want to play that VR like bar fight game. That looks fun.
Bar fight.
It does look fun.
I mean,
called
like
bar
I
fight.
feel like if you want to play something that's like goofy and not to be taken seriously
VR
in
is
any
streamer
sort of
bait.
way, VR is fine. But like if you want to play something,
That's an article right there.
That's a hot take.
VR is streamer bait.
I agree with you though, so I can't argue.
What else we got?
And then CJ added this game called The Long Reach.
I thought it looked like a cool
I'm not hot on it.
2D platform or like
But-
side scroller, like
It's like a 2D adventure game, action adventure game. I just think it looks the same as like
Shut up.
all the other ones. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
this shit looks fucking. It looks like fucking Code Monkeys.
All right.
It looks pretty.
Keep
It looks like
moving
pretty
then, we'll just
basic.
not talk about it.
Sorry, man. I didn't mean to shit on you
It
there.
looks so generic.
Charles also added Surviving Mars,
I
which
like how you're
I'm not gonna
differentiated. You're like, I didn't have anything.
I'm letting
to
them
do
know
with it.
what you added, even though I did it
I'm
this
just
time,
gonna
and you
rip
still
all
added
CJ's
some stuff.
fucking games up.
Surviving Mars. I think it could be fun, but it looks like Space Sim
A
City
city builder. I
Yeah.
can get behind that.
On
and,
Mars.
Cool.
and space.
The interesting
I mean,
thing
it looks
I thought
alright.
about it was there was a game called Surviving Mars, and then City Skylines is putting out a DC called Surviving Mars on like the same day, or like they already.
Really?
It's like a week.
Oh,
apart,
really?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
We'll
hilarious.
see who's better.
Yeah.
And that Surviving Mars comes out March 15th, and The Long Reach is on March 14th, and that's on all systems. Actually, forgot to
fucking
add Switch.
fuck.
It comes
What?
out on that as well.
Please
The Long Reach.
Did you drop
Survive-
your old fashioned?
I sure did. I spilled it all over everything that's important to me.
You better unplug your keyboard if you got it on there.
It's mostly on my mouse.
Oh, that's
You
not.
better
bad.
unplug that fucking
Do
mouse.
you have rice? Get some rice.
If you don't unplug it, it gets short. I'm just letting you know.
Good toss,
I
Megan.
think you'll be good.
Anyways,
Yeah, it's mostly on the
follow-
mouse pad and only kind of
Oh.
on my mouse.
Okay.
We
What
give
about
a
your
drink.
lap?
You suck it up out of the mouse pad. It's like a sponge.
Oh.
you just ring it into your
yeah,
mouth.
I think that's how they mostly do it. What else we got, Drew?
I added Cluster Truck, which is finally coming to the Switch.
It's impossible to read that
saw
without
Let's
saying
Play.
cluster fuck in your head.
That game is actually like that's a streamer game, but it's like pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks fun. And then Kirby Star Allies comes out this week as well, March 16th. And then David, get hype. Burnout Paradise Remastered.
Yeah. Oh shit,
It's
that's so
this week.
soon. Fuck.
I know. Yep,
Oh.
it's this week. So,
Sweet.
I think it's a pretty good week for me. I know I'll be picking up Kirby and Burnout, so we'll talk about those.
Very excited.
I added those to the docs. None of these games really interested me, to be fair. Kirby's the only one.
Also, Charles added, but I removed.
Coffin
Coffin
Dodgers
Dodgers.
coming to Switch. Great game.
Which
What is
the
that?
only reason he added it because he said I was hot on it, but I'm not. I was hot on it because it was when I was
had an
trophy
easy
hunting.
platinum in it. It's
It had real easy
terrible.
platinum.
This game has a 36%.
But I don't have Hannah Montana, so I'm still
Hannah
good.
Montana and Rango, dude. That brings us. That's a good. That's the end of your segment, Drew. Quit
all right, peace.
quit trying to take my job. That brings us to other listeners' mail, which, if you don't know, is our weekly segment in which we take a question from another podcast because no one listens to this one. That their fans wrote in, they spend time, hard-earned time and money on, and we just read it here and just ape their whole thing. So this one I thought was an interesting one. I was listening to this on the way to Drew's the other week, and it's from Waypoints podcast. The reader writes in and says, "Hey Austin, Patrick, Danielle, and Rob. We are none of those people. My name's Robbie from Brick, New Jersey.
Yep.
I thought
Robbie
it was
from
gonna-
Brick.
Brick.
From Brick, New Jersey, writing and hopefully to get my question read. But first, a little backstory. So last night I was logged into Xbox One playing PUBG and started checking to see if any of my friends are online. And I saw somebody already playing, so I messaged them. And much to my chagrin, they responded, "No thanks, I'm flying solo right now." I was taken aback. Who on earth would play PUBG solo when your boys are right there? I don't think it's because I'm bad or something, or at least I'm as good as they are. So this brings me to my question. How do you feel about playing multiplayer games by yourself? Or are there any specific multiplayer games you'd rather play alone than with somebody else? I, for one, have never been into playing multiplayer games alone. That's what my single-player games are for. But to each their own. Thank you for your time and keep doing what you do, Robbie. So thanks, Robbie, for writing into their
Thanks,
podcast
Robbie.
that we then ape to.
I was putting in italic words, hoping you would inflect them, and you didn't.
Oh, did you? I didn't see them.
Just
I don't
to
see
if you
any.
would
yeah, they
do
didn't
it.
come through on my end.
God
Yeah,
damn
no.
it.
Yeah.
All right.
But Aaron, you were nodding along there. What are some multiplayer games that you prefer to play single player?
Monster Hunter, actually. I had a lot more fun playing by myself. No offense to you guys. Like, when we played together, it was fun, but, like, I enjoyed the fights more by myself. I did better by myself. I progressed faster by myself. I enjoyed Monster Hunter more as a single player experience, which I feel like is the minority. I don't see a lot of other people.
I think that's a lot of people's
I think
take
I like
Really?
it more with people, but
it's like the multiplayer in those games has
liked
never
it
been
more
the
with people.
primary. I mean, it's really fun, but like people always say, oh, you should go through the whole thing alone first.
It was weird, like, because like every time I played multiplayer, it was like I just turning on a difficulty slider. Like it didn't
It is
feel like
harder.
I was playing with other people. It felt like I was just getting dicked for no reason.
Peter. He's doing a little roll in the back.
aw.
Just playing the box, dude.
No, you're right. I agree with that.
The other one that I think sometimes I actually enjoy playing better by myself is Diablo. Just because it's such a great game to just turn on like a podcast, music, fucking an audiobook, something, and just like turn off your brain and just kill shit while you listen to something else.
Yep, agreed. For me, it'd have to be. This is weird because we play it so much. Oh, probably Rocket League. I do love that game. I kind of have stopped playing it so much recently, but the only reason I play that game alone more is because I feel like I'm more relaxed and I'm not as hard on myself. Like I have a really bad anxiety with that game, and I don't really know why. So playing alone kind of takes that edge off of kind of worrying about how I'm going to act if I start losing, or how I'm going to respond if a teammate makes a mistake. I don't really have to like worry about that as much, so it actually becomes tolerable. I usually only do it when I'm trying to grind out wins for rewards, because I kind of don't play much anymore for that reason. But that's the only thing that really jumps to mind. Diablo, I agree with. WoW, I almost feel like I kind of prefer just kind of fucking around on my own, because I don't feel like going in and like doing anything really specific. I just like to like walk around and do whatever I feel like. That's probably it. And I really like get off on like getting a group together and like doing things. I think that's really fun, but
That was a
those
weird
games-
phrase.
You get off.
get off on it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, as it was coming out, I was like, it's too late now.
Not Kirk Cameron, Drew. Just posted that. Not who I was talking about.
I remember what I was thinking about.
Anyway, David.
Only
No, go
6
ahead.
kids, not 20.
Go ahead.
I guess for me, I prefer to play multiplayer games with other people, like almost exclusively. Like I'm really into FORTNITE, and like I have 300 hours of FORTNITE, and like 5 or 6 of those is single player. Like it is all with other people. I don't enjoy playing it multiplayer too much. Same thing goes with Overwatch and a bunch of other like popular shooters that have been Destiny, stuff like that in the past few years. I would say the biggest one are like just generally like. Not all of them, but fighting games. I know we talked about Smash and how much I like playing that with you guys, but like games like Mortal Kombat and stuff like that, I don't enjoy playing them with people that much, like because like I don't know, I just don't enjoy the button mashing stuff. Like I don't know, like Injustice and stuff like that. Like I'm not good at them, and like I think the story in those games is like not not high art at all. Not saying fucking
Injustice 2 story was like really
Injustice
good
2, yeah, but like I don't know, like I feel much more. Not self-conscious is the wrong word, because I don't really care, but like, and I'm not like trying to say that.
It's.
Like,
I think David kind of nailed it with like anxiety, kind of. It's almost like you feel like I don't know that I have the right words for it, but I know what you're getting at. It's just it's not the same experience. It's not
I'm
fun.
like that feeling like amped up, but like
Yeah.
it's there I think for everybody. When you're playing with another person, it's always kind of like.
well, I wouldn't even
this, like,
say I
need
don't
to-
care about it playing with another person, like per se. Like, not that I'm like getting embarrassed or anything like that. I just don't enjoy the act of like we're not getting anything. We're just button mashing for no fucking reason. Like,
Yeah.
just to
Whereas
be,
I
like,
mean,
we understand.
That's a
Smash,
little
so that's
reductive
fun.
to the fighting genre.
not
like, I think,
and like I'm not saying it's like that for all people, because there are people that like. Get
Oh, you
good
mean,
at them.
like,
I'm saying
us
for me
in
personally,
particular.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Okay,
take
I
the
gotcha.
time to get good at Mortal Kombat or Injustice. So like, me fighting Aaron in it, I don't really care who wins, because like who the fuck cares?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that I don't know. That's just my take of it. And Cheyenne, what do you think?
I can play pretty much any multiplayer game alone or with people. I don't think there's any that I would prefer to play alone, but like I have no problem just hopping into Fortnite and doing a solo game.
Yeah.
Like if you guys aren't online, which is like most of the time, like I will just play solo, especially right now with the teams of 20 mode. Like it's super fun to play on my own. Like it's not as fun doing like a solo and hoping to win. I've gotten 2 solo wins. So, but like Overwatch, when I was playing that, like I could play by myself, no problem. Like if my friends aren't online playing a game that I really want to play, like I'm just gonna hop in by myself and try to have fun.
Cool. Drew, you got any for us?
I would say that I actually just don't play that many online multiplayer games, except for Fortnite. I much prefer single player experiences. That's just how it's always been. But with Fortnite, I don't play by myself as much anymore, just because I feel like I got the game down pretty well. And it was just like, it was learning before, and now it's just like, whatever. I mean, we got that win earlier before recording this, so it doesn't matter to me. But I just don't play multiplayer games that much, so most of the time my time is spent alone.
Gotcha.
The other thing I would say is
Is that a cry for help?
It's about like Rocket League and some other stuff and Destiny. Like I like to play them like when I'm listening to podcasts a bunch, and like you can't do that.
Except you can't do that in Fortnite, can you?
Yeah, in Fortnite you can.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of ruined
Really
that for me. But yeah.
Although that's not true. I've actually listened to music while I was playing Fortnite and did fine. You just gotta be really quiet.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I do that a lot with
In 1 year.
Overwatch, even when I'm playing with people.
I know another game a lot of people would say I don't have any experience with is Minecraft. I know a lot of people like that game has intrinsic multiplayer properties, but like
Yeah.
I know a lot of people
Just the stupid grind.
like to play that game alone. But that is our question of the day. Thanks, Robbie, for writing into their podcast that we then aped and stole for our podcast. That brings us to our next segment, which is what we have been playing. Week of games. What have we been playing? Anybody got any ideas? What do you
I wrote mine down.
Huh?
Were you
Oh, are
supposed
they?
to
I don't
guess?
see them there.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Oh, I
they're
did
all
mine.
there.
I assume David and
Yeah.
Drew, you've been playing Vermintide.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Drew, I'll let you start. You have more fresh opinions than I do, so
I have more what?
your
Fresh.
eyes you're a little
Why is
fresher
that
on
true?
the game.
I played it the furthest. You were playing it today.
What? No, I was saying that you've played it less, so your opinions are more like new in your head, is what I'm saying. I've played 25 hours of that
Drew,
game.
what are your opinions on Vermintide?
Please.
I played it twice. Two for 4 hours.
Okay.
I played for 4 hours. I mean, so this is pretty much. I got my PC. We didn't talk about that. So now this is the first time This is the first game I've played since Borderlands 2 on my laptop with
I remember
with
that.
you guys. So
Yeah, it was good.
it's a big difference, but yeah, it's fun. It feels that need, or not need, but like the want for a
yearning.
fun kind of like, for like a Left 4 Dead type of like multiplayer experience where you're running around, you have objectives and like to finish the level and everything, and random enemy spawns. You need to really work on learning what everything's called, because I can't just keep saying fat green priest guy. It's a lot harder to get that out than whatever the fuck his name is. But
Yeah.
other than that, I mean, I think it's fun. I think I had to stop the download so that I could do this podcast. So I don't know. It's still got to download, but
That's all right. We can postpone this.
oh yeah, I mean we'll definitely play it. I just
Yeah.
gotta get it installed. I want to see how the other campaigns are and like the level layouts and everything. Cause
Yeah,
I
it might
thought
be good to
even
split up and kind of you do your own thing and do it your own pace, because it's a lot to take in, especially as a first PC coming back game.
Yeah, but it's good. It's fun. I want to keep playing it for now until I can get Divinity, and then I'll try and devote some time to that so I can learn.
Yeah, that'll be super fun to play together as like a stream. So I have played a lot of Vermintide too, as I mentioned. I got you and Bobby to play it. We've been streaming a little bit.
The Milkman, they call him.
Yeah, Belly Milk Bobby.
Milk arms.
I fucking love Vermintide 2. I love it more than I thought I would, and I really thought I was going to like it. Didn't play the first one. I think this game is...
Is there a story to it?
Like barely, like enough.
Like, yeah,
where it doesn't get annoying.
you don't need to know all the stuff.
Like, yeah, tangentially there's like a...
You can just jump right into this one.
I think this game is more fun than Left 4 Dead. That's not like really an unpopular opinion, and I think that because Left 4 Dead, like, I reviewed this game by the way, full disclosure. Left 4 Dead is like you're jumping
Not
in
how
for
disclosure
like
works at all.
Yeah.
whatever. Why not? I'm disclosing that I reviewed.
I guess,
reviewed
but
I
it.
like,
mean,
disclosure
if you were,
means,
like,
you
paid
worked
to
on the
review
game,
it,
or, like,
maybe.
you're friends with the
Oh.
people.
If you had
You
some
own
kind
stock
of
in the company.
Yeah.
Whatever.
yeah, you had some kind
Whatever.
of conflict of interest.
Not that I gave a critical opinion about this once.
I'm financially in bed with Fat Shark. Full
Okay, yeah.
disclosure.
Oh, nice.
But the game, so Left 4 Dead is like you're jumping in. There's a multiplayer mode in Left 4 Dead. That's like the one big pro to that compared to this. But in Left 4 Dead, you're jumping into the campaigns again and again, and they're kind of like they get kind of samey, and like there are only in the first game there's only 4 different enemy types, and in the second one I think there's like 7 or 8, and there's one boss and it's the tank. So Vermintide 2 just takes all of that and makes it like way more like dynamic and there's way more variety. Not only are you not just one-shotting everything like you are in Left 4 Dead, you're just one-shotting every simple zombie just dies in one hit, right? Vermintide, there's like medium-sized enemies that take a little more nuance, and you have to block and dodge and parry and push. And there's like, I don't know, I want to say there's like 8 special types, and there's 4 like of the big bosses, and they play like super differently. Not to mention there's a bunch of classes, so instead of just having a skin that you're playing as, like, oh, I'm Bill, and that's the same as being like fucking Zoe, it's like, okay, I'm playing the witch hunter who has a gun and a rapier, or I'm playing the witch who has like a fire staff. And they play super differently, which is also really fun, and it brings a lot to the table in terms of variety. There's gear and leveling, which some people like, some people hate. I love it. I think it adds a nice progression to the game that Left 4 Dead lacks. It kind of gives you a reason to hop back in and play again and again. I live for the grind. Yeah, I think the game's fantastic. It looks great. It runs great. It's $30, which is the perfect price point, I think.
Good price.
Right.
Yeah. What's that? What's the flame? What's the boss with the flamethrower and the rat fetus? on
Oh,
his back?
that's the storm vermin, right? I think that's the storm vermin.
I'm just trying to share a picture with everybody because
He
I
is,
want to see
Hell on Earth.
that rat fetus.
He's a big flamethrower boss. I'm pretty sure that that's what that is.
The storm.
No,
I think
no,
that's
I'm
just the
wrong.
red
That's
guys.
the red guys. That guy, fuck, what is his name? I don't know. That's
I
gonna
typed
bother
in flamethrower rat with baby fetus on back, and it didn't come up with anything.
That didn't come up
Because
for
it's
you?
too specific.
Did you put commas between each one and put them in quotes for
And yep.
that's how you want to do it. But
But
you guys like
that
this
game's
game?
Great. I love it.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Super love it.
It's real good.
Aaron, you've been playing Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah, got a little bit further in that. There's a little bit more depth to it than I initially thought, but not a whole lot more. Pretty much as you would expect for something like this. It's cool to be able to jump in and do the Fire Emblem-y stuff where you like open up the map and like you can pair up these units, send this unit to this fort to guard it, send this unit to capture that fort while you move up to this one to get this fort or whatever the fuck you want to do. The only and really biggest complaint that I have with the game so far is that it has the worst frame drops I've ever seen in a video game ever. Like,
Really?
to the point that it's unplayable for a few seconds. Like, if you and someone else are in the same zone using, like, a special attack at the same time, you might, like, you're just staring at a fucking, like, 2 frames for a few seconds.
Jesus Christ.
Like, it's fucking, like, and I'm usually, like, I can overlook that stuff, like, it doesn't really bother me that much. It's fucking bad.
Yeah,
Other than
I assume that's because there's like lots of like with those Musou games. There's like so many enemies on. The
yeah,
screen.
there's like a ton of shit going on the screen, but god damn, dude, the frame rate it's so bad sometimes. But it's pretty fun. It's just like every mission is the same thing. It's like, oh, this guy thinks you're bad. We got to beat him up to convince him that we're not bad, and
I'll
do
beat
that
people up to convince
Makes
them I'm not.
sense.
6 more times. Like literally every mission I played was that with a different person as the like bad guy.
Interesting.
Fun as far as like just mindless beat 'em ups go though, and there's like cool
Good
Fire
on the
Emblem mechanics.
Switch.
It's just great on the Switch, but it's just like it's literally just like for Fire Emblem fans to just like jerk off to Fire Emblem characters. Like it's nothing special, but still fun to play if you like Fire Emblem.
Cool. So they'll be making a Splatoon one for us to jerk off to Splatoon characters soon enough. Cheyenne, you been playing anything?
So I fucking bought. I went to Steam. I bought Where the Water Tastes Like Wine with the intention to play it this week. And then the Fortnite update happened, and all I've been playing is that stupid Teams of 20 mode, and I can't
I have
bring
yet
myself
to
to play
since any of
anything
the new
else.
weapons
It
have
is
boned me out.
so fun. Like, it is so much fun. I can't stop.
you
And I
should,
can't play the game that I just spent money on. So I've just been playing Fortnite.
She's not wrong.
It's pretty fun. We got it's. What was the cold open of this episode gonna be? It was something about David, but I don't remember. But I wanted to make it.
Something David did.
This fucking we had this great moment the other night where Caleb, Cheyenne, and I were playing, and it was teams of 20. So basically, you can see how many people are left on each team. And it was me and this other guy, and then like 15 on another team, 10 on another team, and 7 on another team. And then I died, and Caleb like, we got a feeling about this guy. So we just watched him play, and he ended up hiding, doing the right thing, playing it all right until the very end. It was him versus 4 other people, and he fucked them all up and won it. It was like the craziest thing in the world.
This one guy.
Yeah, he was a good guy. This week I played a game called Mulaka, from developer from Mexico, whose name I gotta think of real quick, so I'm talking like this to describe what their name is, because it is something that's gonna come to my mind very shortly.
Why don't you just look it up?
That's what I'm doing right now as I talk like this, Cheyenne, because they're called Lienzo. They put out this game called Mulaka. It's their second game. They had another game called something Hunter. I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's a hack and slash, puzzle slash platformer, kind of game. It basically takes you through like this, I don't know if it's Mexican folklore, but I assume it is.
It's like mythology.
Mythology, and it's like very centered around nature and animals and stuff like that. But the gameplay, essential gameplay, is like hack and slashy, and then like there's like 5 or I think it's 7 actually. 7 like open different like environments that you can go into, all of which have some main, like they're all the same. You have to collect these orbs to get into this like cave where then the boss is, and you're collecting those all. But throughout it, you're gradually introduced to more complex puzzles and like more complex platforming segments that aren't actually that great, because I don't think the game handles that well. But the thing you're mostly introduced to is like new forms of enemies and new various ways in which you can counter enemies that like all do a really good job of like making you, number one, use all the tools at your arsenal, because the way your guy works is he can see into like the spirit realm or whatever, so he can see different enemies that might be ghosts or whatever that he can kill when he's in that mode. But then when you're in that mode, it's harder to focus on the normal enemies, and like you're switching back and forth. It's actually pretty cool. It doesn't handle like fantastic. It doesn't have like pinpoint like gameplay like a God of War or like a Platinum game or something like that. But it's like it does well enough for what it's trying to do. And like the story, it didn't like grip me or anything. It's all like subtitled, and like there's no dialogue at all. Which like, or I mean, there's dialogue, but like there's no voice acting or anything. Which like I don't know, it feels wrong in some games, and I feel like this game should have had like an overarching narrator that like in some way, shape, or form like talked me through what was going on, rather than like having these little like things at the bottom of the screen that like I don't know, they just didn't really do it for me. But overall, I thought the game was like fine. It has the very like art style that David hates, where everything is just very like flat plasticky looking. It's interesting. Like I don't know. It's not like the best game in the world, but it's also not that bad. And it's really interesting to see like a Latin American developer.
What'd you play it on?
PS4. I think it's on PS4, PC, and Switch. I want to say. Maybe Xbox.
I was just curious.
I think you can play it on everything. It's really interesting to see a Latin American developer, because you don't see too many of them. The only other one I know of is the people that made Kerbal Space Program from Mexico City. So yeah, I don't know. Interesting game. Maybe check it out. Maybe don't.
Cool.
It's not gonna make my end of the year list or anything like that.
I won't. But
Well, you sold me on it, so I think I'm gonna check it out now.
I was interested in it.
The platforming is, I think the hack and slash stuff and the puzzle stuff are on their face solid enough to like base the game on that alone. The platforming is like not good. Like it is not. It starts out, it gently ramps up, and then at the end it's like hard as fuck. And it's hard as fuck not because like technically it's hard as fuck. It's hard as fuck because you haven't been doing it the whole game, and you forgot that like, oh yeah, part of this game's description was platformer. Like that's like how the game feels at the end, which isn't great. But I do like the awesome. You get like cool powers where you can turn into animals and stuff that are really cool. So yeah, I don't know. Check
Okay.
it out.
See, I like the themes, and I liked the. I even thought the art wasn't that bad. I like that art style sometimes. Like there's.
It is overwrought. You're not wrong.
Like Deep Rock Galactic is kind of pulling the same thing, like a little more polygons than this, and it also has really good lighting, which I think sells that art style more than anything.
This game also has really cool music, like
That's cool.
Mexican kind of folk music. Too.
Oh, nice.
Sweet. All right.
So yeah,
Good.
That's what I played. But upcoming,
I hope it does well.
the week ahead, I think I'm gonna get into the Breach. I know you want to talk about this week.
Yeah, you should, dude. You should definitely try it.
I'm thinking about getting that.
We can talk about it.
That's probably what
So
I'm gonna
fun.
do. Do you have anybody else have any games that they're gonna check out this week?
Yeah. I'm gonna actually play the game that I bought. I'm gonna play Where the Water Tastes Like Wine.
I
want
don't
to.
trust her, man.
I don't
wanna
trust
see
me
it.
either, but I want to play
They're
it.
gonna
I
add the
thought-
jetpack
I-
I'll
into
see you on
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
They're gonna
No.
add the jetpack into Fortnite.
Yeah,
No.
right.
That's all that matters.
I mean, I've already said, but I'm picking up Kirby and Burnout this week, so
Burnout,
I'll
for
be
sure.
playing those two, and hopefully I get to Divinity this week. I do want to get into it. It's just I got
You
a
should
lot
spend
coming out.
like 5 to 10 hours
me.
alone, and then we can
then.
all jump in together. Just so that I
Don't
don't
be afraid
I
to
don't,
ask
like,
questions, though.
Yeah,
'cause
but ask questions. But
it's a
like
lot.
spend like 5 to 10 hours, do like a little bit of the first act, and then when you're comfortable, we'll do a stream with all of us.
So the way you made it sound, could I be a dwarf with some spider legs?
Yeah, you can do that. You can be a dwarf that
Awesome.
polymorphs parts of his body or her body.
You can be a
into
polymath
animals.
dwarf that polymorphs into
Can I be a
Parabola.
dwarf with some spider legs?
I like
who's
playing an elf.
polyamorous.
polyamorous and constructed entirely of polygons.
Yeah.
Aaron, what are you playing this week?
What have I?
gonna play this week?
Honestly, like
fuck up.
So the reason I've been playing WoW off and on, and I'm not gonna stay on this for too long, is like I'm grinding to get to a certain reputation with 2 different factions, so that I can then make the new like allied race for those factions, and then once I can do that, I want to just like level through the game because like they recently updated the scaling so that it works a lot better for everything. Honestly, like you can go through and play like whatever
fuck.
zone that you want to do.
Did you see the new class or the new race? Is that me?
Is it
Nope.
an allied race or?
No, it's just hang on, new race. Hang on, let me send it to you.
While you're looking that
wait,
up,
no,
though,
it's not. Hang on, sorry.
so I want to make one of the new allied races, and when I do that, because I love leveling in that game, and especially since the experience is going to be like completely different than what I'm used to. Once I actually unlock that allied race, I want to go through and level a character from, I think they start at level 20, if I remember correctly, from level 20 to 110.
Oh, is that right? I thought they started at 0 or 1 rather.
I could be wrong, but I think they start at level 20.
Bye, David.
So, oh, there goes my phone.
Bring it back.
I can't. It's dead.
Oh, that's gonna suck.
Yeah, mine was at 20 like an hour
sorry.
ago.
All right, that's fine.
gonna just keep
The
through it.
allied race that people are rumoring are the Volpura, and they're like literal furry foxes. Like they're just furry bait.
What was it? One more time? I didn't hear.
They're called Volpura.
Oh, I did see them. Like, I've seen images
They
of
have
them,
like
but I didn't.
animations and underwear like all the other playable races.
Yeah, I didn't know that
So,
they were, like, rumored to be an allied race, but,
definitely are.
I mean, it
I
doesn't
think-
surprise me any more than, like, the Pandarin surprised me.
Yeah, I just kind of wish they'd like knock it off with that. It's all ERP bait, but whatever brings. in the subs.
I don't know that I agree with that. I feel like nobody made a panda just to fucking.
Are you fucking kidding me? Have you been to fucking Moonguard?
I
dude?
think this is
They
a great
have-
conversation we're having right now. I think it's great, but like, I'm kind of.
Have you been to Moonguard?
I started on an
gotta cut
RP
this
server,
off.
dude.
Gotta kind of cut this
I
off.
also
Fucking
want to eat.
high.
This
think
is
that
this
this
has been the
subs.
Current Gaming Podcast. My name is Charles Blade. You can find me on Twitter at Charles to the Aaron. Where can people find you on the social media?
At Aaron M Weeks on Twitter.
And then Cheyenne.
I'm Poop Flowers.
And then Drew.
I don't think you told us what you're gonna be playing.
Yeah, I did. I said Into the Breach.
Oh, he did, yeah.
Trying to hurry this up because this looks terrible
I
on
wasn't here
camera
for
right
that.
now. But yeah, just stall as long
'Cause-
as you want. Fuck it.
Because Kirk Cameron.
Drew is at Trophy
All right,
Pops. David, where can people find you?
Find me on Photoshop making these sick ass fucking logos.
Yeah, you can.
Whoa, dude.
Also, my guy Dave on Twitter.
That was a good intro or exit. All right, this has been the Current Gaming Podcast. You find us on Twitter at currentgaming_, and peace.